What's up guys, and welcome back to another video, and today's topic is the brand new released Xiaomi Mi 6. So Xiaomi has finally released their latest flagship, and as on the most smartphones, dual cameras have become a standard for flagship smartphones in 2017. Not for all, but many flagships now come with dual cameras. And so also Xiaomi has released the first dual camera smartphone. And it features top-end specifications like the Snapdragon 835, which you can also find in the Samsung Galaxy S8, 6GB of RAM and up to 128GB of storage, which is absolutely a lot, and all that for an affordable price tag of around €440 for the entry level, which is pretty good. Further, we have a 3350 mAh battery. There is no headphone jack anymore, just to make space for the battery in the small body. Then it's now splash proof with a sealed SIM card slot, and also we have a fingerprint scanner which is under the glass. So the phone looks very promising, and my good buddy Timon from nerdbench.com, you can find his channel down below in the description or right above here, has got the first unit from Trading Shenzhen, and you can also find a link to that reseller down below in the description. And together with him I could check out the Mi 6, and I would say let's get directly started and let's talk about the smartphone. So before we check out the camera, let's talk specs. And there are three models of the Xiaomi Mi 6. So there is the basic model, and they all three come with 6GB of RAM. So the basic model has 64GB of RAM, then we have a 128GB model, and there's even my favorite one, a ceramic version with an 18K detailing. So it looks a little bit like on the Mi Mix, so if you remember that one, and I'm pretty sure it will look awesome, but also it's the most expensive one. There is no Plus model announced right now, but I'll keep you updated in the description. So the Xiaomi Mi 6 is very similar in terms of shape and size to the Mi 5. However, the build quality is way better. If you check it out, then there is a stainless steel frame, and also you have curved glass on all four sides, so they have really stepped up their build quality. The smartphone comes with a 5.15-inch Full HD resolution display. Now it's not some super high resolution like QHD or even 4K, which you can find in the Sony Xperia XC Premium, but however I really prefer just Full HD because first of all, if you don't use VR you don't really see a huge difference, and second, it saves battery, and even the 4K display of the Sony Xperia XC Premium, which I've tested, runs most of the time in Full HD and it looks really crisp. And also the display of the Xiaomi Mi 6, it's colorful, it's bright, and it looks crisp. So regarding the display, it looks good to me. The Mi 6 comes also with USB Type-C, and there is no headphone jack anymore, as I've pointed out earlier, probably to make space for the battery in a small body. Anyway, there is an adapter, so from USB Type-C to a 3.5mm headphone connector in the box. So yeah, you just have to use adapters just like on the iPhone, and they've dropped it. Now I'm a little bit sad about that, but well, if the battery life is good, I can probably live with that because I'm using like Bluetooth speakers for the last year. Now one of the biggest highlights of the Mi 6, as I've told you before, dual cameras. So we have two cameras on the backside, and the setup is very similar to the iPhone 7 Plus. So you have one more wide-angle lens and you have one telephoto lens for lossless 2x zoom. So it's not like a normal crop on the image sensor like on the Huawei P10 of the dual camera setup, so you really have lossless 2x zoom just like on the iPhone 7 Plus. And sorry, I just have to read that. And the company also claims that it has binocular stereoscopic vision imaging and depth learning. So yeah, I'm not sure what that means in terms of final image quality, but we'll definitely check it out together. And they also have some kind of algorithms that make edge recognition more accurate in photos. However, yeah, can't really prove that, so for me the photos look average, but not too good at all. The rear camera comes also with face detection autofocus, so the autofocus is actually kind of fast and accurate, nothing to say about that. Then there is 4-axis anti-shake, so basically 4-axis stabilization, and we have OIS on the main lens, on the wide-angle lens, but there is no OIS on the portraits on the telephoto lens with 2x zoom. And you can definitely see that the font, if you take a picture, it's kind of blurry, and the blur reduction works not that good like on the wide-angle lens. Regarding my last information, it hosts a Sony sensor on the front side, so the front camera, and we have a Sony IMX and a Samsung sensor on the back camera. So I'm not really sure which one is which, but you can check it out down below in the description. But anyway, there is no OIS for the telephoto lens, as I've told you before, which kind of sucks. Quality-wise, the pictures, they look pretty good if you have enough of light. So it captures photos with a lot of details, but there is something I have to say, especially in video mode, but also in photo mode, you can definitely see the greens are oversaturated and the red tones, they definitely pop a bit. So if you take a picture of a red flower, then you will see that the red tones are just not natural anymore. Also, if you have lots of greens, if you take natural scenes like you take pictures from your garden, then the green tones, they're just too strong. It's like even stronger than on the Huawei P10. I complained there a little bit of oversaturation sometimes, but on the Mi 6 it's, for my taste, a little bit too aggressive. Then also the dynamic range does not look as good like on the Samsung Galaxy S8, but well, hey, there's a huge price difference in between. Regarding low light, I have to say it has really improved. If you take pictures from the Mi 5C, for instance, as Tim did, and you compare that with the Mi 6, then you can definitely see that there is way less noise, and it handles noise way better. There's not such a high ISO, and you can also see all the shades, so it looks way better in low light conditions. The Mi 6 comes also with an 8 megapixel front-facing camera with a Sony sensor, and it's capable of recording 1080p videos with it. However, the front-facing camera image quality is okay, could definitely be better, but in low light it's way better than the other Xiaomi phones, so it keeps the colors really natural. Then it's less noisy, for sure it's a little bit darker, but it's also really less noisy than others. If I have a look at the Mi 5C, which had strange color tones, very noisy, the Mi 6 looks definitely better in my opinion. However, if you check out the shutter time, now the shutter speed is so low to catch a lot of light. In video mode actually, the videos did really lag a lot, at least the videos which Tim showed me, and that did not look so good. Now performance wise, for sure it looks great because we have the Snapdragon 835, it's definitely the high-end chipset, which you can also find in the Galaxy S8. Together we have 6 GB of RAM in the smartphone, and depending on the model you have also up to 128 GB of storage. Then there are around 3.5 to 4 GB of free RAM in MIUI, and it runs the latest MIUI based on Android 7 Lollipop. So I think for the price you really get some nice specifications.
Hi guys, so today we will do a camera comparison. We will start with the Xiaomi Mi 6, which is, by the way, not a clear winner in this competition. Next up is the Xiaomi Mi 5C, a phone you will never or should never buy, because it's only reaching edge here in Germany. I also included the Lenovo Phab 2 Plus, because it has a dual camera setup. And of course there's my 2-year-old iPhone 6s Plus. It doesn't feature dual lenses, but comes with an optical image stabilization system. This intro was filmed with the Osmo Mobile, but the entire film you're going to watch is filmed handheld. All devices have their newest ROM installed, so every phone should be ready to rock. Let's see if they do. Travel somewhere. Do you want to travel somewhere? It's already 10 o'clock, so let's go to work. First, a healthy breakfast. Poor little kitten. I like this view because the houses aren't just white. The coolest duck in town. Yum, 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 yum.
So guys, did you hear that? The audio quality of the Mi 6 sounds really bad. And Tim is not the only guy who has issues with the audio quality, so probably there is something wrong with the microphones, hardware or software, I can't tell right now. Probably software, it's like doing some noise suppression, which is too hard, which just kills the whole audio footage. I have no idea, but I'll let you know as soon as I know it down below in the comments.
I love those spoons. I'm always sad that the Chinese restaurant don't have them. It's a little bit sad to see that the Xiaomi Mi 6 doesn't include a front LED flash, because I would love one. So it's dark by now and the camera still works good, I think. We have those, it tried to focus. Time to go to bed. Guess what I just missed because of this footage? I really love the OES. I don't have a steady hand, but a picture is. So if you could pick a destination, where would you go? It's 10 o'clock, let's go to work. But first a healthy breakfast. Poor little kitten. I like this view because the houses aren't just white or silver, they're colorful, and I like colorful. On the phone screen it seems like the green is really popping, I like that. The coolest duck in town. Yum 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 yum. I love those spoons, I'm always sad if they don't have them. So it's dark now and you can see, I think the Mi 5C really does handle this situation good. I think perhaps even better than the Mi 6. There's no flashlight for the front camera, and the picture is a little bit darker than on the Mi 6. So, where do we go from here? It's 10 o'clock, let's go to work. It seems like the cars in the background aren't that fluid. But first a healthy breakfast. Poor little kitten. He's so sweet. I like this view because the houses aren't just grey or white. Here we have a typical German family, the coolest duck in town.
Nom nom yum yum nom yum yum. I love those spoons. I'm always sad if a Chinese restaurant doesn't have them.
So it's night now, and just a little bit darker outside. Funny story, they included a front LED flash, but you can't use it while video mode. But having a look around this picture, it doesn't look that good. Oh, time for bed. Good night. If you could pick a destination, where would you go? It's 10 o'clock. Let's go to work.
But first, a healthy breakfast. And here it is, finally, the Xiaomi Mi6.
I like the view. The houses aren't just white or grey. Nope, they are colorful, and I like colorful. Here we have a typical German family, the coolest duck in town.
Yum 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 yum. I love those spoons. I'm always sad if a Chinese restaurant doesn't have them.
Oh, that's dark. On the iPhone you can use the LED screen as a flash, at least in photo modus. In video, not so much. Ooh, time for bed.
So guys, we're now here at the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy this quick preview. Stay tuned for our full review, just waiting for my review sample to get it, and then I'll bring you a full in-depth review on the smartphone. However, you can get it right now if you're interested for 440 euros from Trading Shenzhen. But to be honest, I would probably wait for the price to drop, because they said it's way cheaper, like 360 if I'm right, and they tried to price it aggressively to the OnePlus 3T, so to counter that smartphone. And I'm pretty sure that the price will drop. It's always like that. Xiaomi smartphones sold out in the beginning, price gets really high. It was the same for the Mi Mix, and yeah, if you want to get it, well, probably you will say fuck the 100 euros or just buy it. But well, my opinion is we'll probably wait, but it's definitely a great smartphone, which I will check out for you guys. So if you're interested in more coverage footage, check out nerdbench.com. He makes now videos in English, he's a good buddy, and yeah, make sure you show him some love and check out his channel. If this video was helpful, please like it and post a comment down below what you think about that smartphone and what other smartphone is probably also interesting for you that I could possibly cover. So thanks for watching guys, and I really hope that I see you again in the next video. Bye bye!